While we were created for good works, these need to be accomplished working with God, not working by ourselves. Top of the morning to you. When we read Galatians with the eyes of love and a firm determination to get to know God better, we discover Paul has been surprised by how quickly the Galatians have been thrown off the faith in Jesus track and are substituting this faith with trying to be in right standing with God through their works. These are people not that Paul says even saw Jesus crucified and who were saying by their actions this sacrifice by Christ was not enough. They felt they needed to add to the sacrifice their obedience to the law of Moses. This was deception, led by Jews who called themselves Christians for the purpose of converting these new believers into their works-based religion. In chapter 1, verse 7, Paul states, "There are some who are troubling, disturbing, and bewildering you, waiting to pervert and distort the gospel of Christ." Verse 8, "Let these people be accursed." He restates this in verse 9 as a point of emphasis. Paul tells them in chapter 2, verse 4, "Beware of the false brethren who are Christians in name only. They want to bring you into bondage under the law of Moses." Paul even had to correct Peter in chapter 2, verse 11 through 13, because Peter feared the Jews enough to act differently when around the Gentile believers. Barnabas was also carried away by this hypocrisy. In 2:19, Paul states how he has died to the law of Moses. Remember, he was one of the Pharisees' top guys, including its demands on him, so that he may live to and for God. Verse 20, "I have been crucified with Christ, and it is no longer I who live, but Christ in me. I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself up for us." Verse 21, "Therefore I don't treat God's gracious gift as a minor thing that would nullify his grace. For if justification that's being made right and standing with God, comes through obeying the law, then Christ died in vain." In 4:12, Paul begs the Galatians to become more like him. Word of encouragement: many in the church are still deceived today, thinking their works of the law are what's making their faith and making them right standing with God. This thinking cheapens the sacrifice Jesus made to set us free from the law of sin and death. These works of the law are different from good works we perform inspired by God. These works come when we are guided by the Holy Spirit. We do these works as instruments in God's hands. The works of the law are things we do on our own. Have a great day.